6:01, call meeting to order.
Use the gavel, make it official. Make a motion to accept the minutes of the February meeting.
I'll second.
I like that hat.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right,
Just small hat.
it is, yeah. It's a little tight.
Yeah, it's all right.
Can we get back to the meeting?
See the other channel.
Item number 2, what do we got here with us?
My name is Seth Kaplan. I'm representing the Raynham Youth Baseball Softball Association.
All right, could you, your full name and your address?
Oh, sure. It's Seth Kaplan. Address is 616 Orchard Street in Raynham.
Is that KAP?
KAPLA.
And what can we do for you, sir?
Looking for approval. We're looking to replace the fence on our field 4. Field 4 is our main field,
Yep.
which our majors play. Right now it's a 4-foot fence. We're looking to have that ripped out and have an 8-foot fence put in. So we're not extending it further back or anything like that, just from foul ground to foul ground, left field or right field, post to post. Have the 4-foot one ripped out and have an 8-foot fence put in.
And does this help with the whole?
It does. So this year, our 12-year-old baseball team is looking to host the Cal Ripken regional tournaments.
Yeah.
And that's one of the requirements. A couple of years back, we got approval and converted that field to a 50-foot mound, 70-foot bases. We redid the infield, which allows us to host those type of tournaments. And this is also one of the requirements by Cal Ripken is to have, since we don't have a deeper field, or 200 feet, we're required to have a higher fence.
Do you have a timeline?
Yeah, I have approvals on quotes, and they can install as soon as middle of March.
Okay.
So obviously I know there will be approval from you guys and then approval, I believe, from the highway department as well. So we're looking to have that done, installed before the spring season starts. Spring
Okay.
season starts usually around the end of April.
Okay. Communication with the school.
Yeah, the main one you want to speak to in terms of that would be Mrs. Westell of Merrill, because you'll have more passing going by her building.
Correct.
And I know she has strict rules with what time she wants trucks going by and knowing, and I know Chad knows that as well.
Yeah, we've actually been in contact with her. So Chad Gregory, the president, he's been in contact with the principal at Merrill. We've been told, you're right, any of the materials and trucks to do the work need to be in between 7:30 and 8 a.m. before the buses and the kids are getting dropped off and everything like that. So we're making arrangements with the people installing the fence to make sure that they're clean before that time. So.
In the past, we have not done quarry on the workers, and they're using, I believe, inline fence, Chad told me.
It is inline fence, yeah. It's inline
Okay,
fence.
inline.
Who did the basketball court and
Okay.
yeah.
No, I know the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just. I'll reserve it for a later time. All right, I'll make a motion to approve. Did you fill out the proper?
They have the paperwork.
I can give the
Chad.
paperwork
I
right
said,
here.
once it's approved, I can sign it. And,
All right,
we can move right
I'll
on.
make a motion to approve our DSA's request for a capital improvement on Field 4 fence installment.
I'll second it, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll sign that right now for you.
Good, perfect.
And, all set on our end.
What else you got planned? Anything else? Any other capital improvements?
Not at this moment. You know, last year was pretty tough with COVID.
Yeah.
Quite a few families opted out. Which, we did get a spring-summer season in, and we actually were able to do a fall season since they didn't play football. So we actually were able to get a whole fall season in. So
Yeah, I saw.
we're looking to get back to hopefully some semblance of normal this spring. So
Knock on wood.
excellent. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
It was good seeing you guys.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you.
Stay safe.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on to old business. program updates?
Just a couple of real quick things. We had our February vacation club across the street at the Lions. Went great, 3 days. Kids had a blast. We're actually going to redo it again in April. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get into schools at that point, so just use it running across the street. Also, with Easter coming up, we can't do our annual Easter egg scavenger hunt, which is tough. So we kind of put our heads together in the office, and we're going to be making 7 or 8 plywood Easter eggs and putting them around different points in town, kind of do like a scavenger hunt for families, just to go around, take pictures. Make it more like each egg will be themed to where we're going to put it. Just something to do for families, a couple weeks leading up to Easter. And besides that, we have our normal after-school programs going. Daycare's going well. But we'll get more into that if we talk about possible school reopening plan that is coming up. Besides that, things are good, and Heather is doing a wonderful job with all those programs.
Well, I got a notification today about okay, was it?
Skating?
Was Kinder Kids Adventure Camp.
Oh, that's the drama kids, yeah. So that's been going consecutively all year. They're getting to their next phase.
I shared it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't wait to use the place, yeah.
I am a friend.
So, yeah, no, the Kinder Care is going to be doing a show coming in May out in the gazebo here for us.
Oh, really?
So, once I get the final date, I'll give you that information for that. You know,
Yeah.
when we get closer. So,
Yeah.
things are going well. They're having a good time, and she's doing a wonderful job.
Do you want me to read the annual report? Do you want me to read?
No, I'll make the motion to accept the
I didn't know if you wanted me to read it.
annual report respectfully submitted.
Excellent job.
And
They did a wonderful job. and
You really did.
Sammy Sturgeon.
We did dedicate this year's report to
Admin assistant, yeah,
So,
yeah, appropriate.
I'll second that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, girls youth lacrosse field time change?
yeah, they made a request, Jeremy, about having a couple of nights practice at the Betancourt field during the season. I know they approached us a couple of years ago about this, and you guys had concerns about practice going on while baseball and softball were going on. So before I made the final call, I wanted to bring it to you guys and see if still have those concerns. They did have a Friday night clinic a couple of years ago, and this would be for their 7- and 9-year-old teams. I did give them other options, but they did request Betancourt.
Yeah, my only concern would be is the field, especially where football's going to use it.
Actually, I have a little bit of update for you on that one. Football, from what I've been seeing online, is they're playing their games at separate fields and go on to Raynham Giants football. It seems like they're all playing in 1 or 2 different locations throughout the season on turf fields. So right now, it doesn't appear they're going to be using the Betancourt field.
That would be my only concern, I don't think, I mean, we're talking 7- and 9-year-olds.
Yeah, they're not
It has the entire summer rest too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rest and grow.
Right.
Um,
And it's if needed?
Basically, they have a new coach that's taking over. It seems for him to be at Betancourt Field for his practices, so it would be basically throughout the season for 2 nights a week.
And it would just be,
I see Jeremy's name and I automatically think Giants. This
and
is
it would be
lacrosse.
baseball would be the only issue with this
There's games going on.
games.
But normally, it's like they have the problem, you know, we discussed this about, they don't have a fence, but they just ask a few parents to stay along the
Yeah.
side in case the ball does go flying.
All right, so let me just make sure I'm clear on this. We've already approved a permit for them, right?
We've already approved the permit, but they're looking for, to add a
Additional.
field, because they,
It's Betancourt.
They want to add Betancourt,
Yes.
so.
and we had the issue a couple of years ago when you guys were concerned about practices going on, while baseball had their games
Yeah, as
going
long
on.
as they got people, and I know the girls, but age groups, but still, those balls are hard, and people with their back turned at field 1, people with their back turned at field 5, an errant ball hitting somebody was my concern, right? That's why we had the fielding,
Yes.
putting parents as human backstops, basically. So as long as they commit to that, I wouldn't have a problem. I would make a motion to approve this permit.
Make a, so to, just amend this permit, right?
Yep.
Just
Amend
amend it.
the permit.
All right, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Business, moving right on to the, RYBSA field project.
Which we already took care of that, yes.
And we're going to the field permits.
Yep.
First one I got is Raynham Youth Soccer.
Yep, Raynham Youth Soccer actually submitted their permits for both spring and fall. They're looking for their usual nights after school from 3 to 8, and all-day Saturdays and from 12 to 5 on Sundays. For both this spring and fall. We've never charged them for their fee being in town league,
Right.
so they do a wonderful job out there.
Motion to approve RYBSA's permit for spring and fall.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we've got Raynham Raptors.
Yep. The Raynham Raptors is an AAU baseball team. They didn't play last year along with everybody else, but they are looking to use McKinney Field this year for doubleheaders on Sundays, and they're looking for practices during the week. I've already spoken to RYBSA. Sundays are not a problem because they have nothing scheduled on Sundays for McKinney. The rest of the week it is booked. So games are not an issue. Depending on what the schools do, if they still haven't gotten to me if they're playing middle school baseball this year. If middle school baseball doesn't play, they can always practice over at RMS during the week.
So you don't see this.
There's no issues across the board with them. But the practices, they may have to find somewhere else to practice. If RMS does have a season.
Chris? 600?
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, 600.
I make a motion to approve the Raptors facility application for a nominal fee of $600.
Second, all in favor? And we're going to Men's Christian Softball League.
Yep.
It's new?
No, they've done it every year.
Have they?
It's the Monday night league.
All right.
Plays up here at the Borden softball field. They want to start middle of April, and they go until like the last Monday of August. And basically, they just play from 5 to 9. We did approve them last year originally for $775. We ended up doing a month league in late August. We charged them $100 for that, but the main permit was for $775 for the season and a half they didn't use. And they're a good group of guys.
No issues, right?
No
conflicts.
Make a motion to approve Ben's Christian Softball League permit application for a fee of $775.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And who's this, RIMA Baseball League?
Yep, it's the 50 and over men's baseball league. They're looking for 4 Saturdays or Sundays come July and August. They don't have the schedule out yet, but they wanted to reserve some time with us. To play their doubleheaders. We haven't approved them in the past. Went by Randy Carson of Raynham. We did charge them last year of a fee of $550, and we've never had an issue with them.
Doing the homework.
I know, I like that.
Make it easy on you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve the Raynham Baseball League's facility permit application.
Second.
For a fee of
$550. Second, all in favor? Aye.
Now we're at 600 for the season.
Yeah, 600.
Oh, yeah.
Season and a half. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay, 600. Amended by motion.
So 600?
Yeah.
That's right. All in favor?
Me.
And this is that one.
This is the last one. This is
The Mass Rough Riders.
the Mass Rough Riders. They're looking for their annual permit to run their horse shows on Sundays. All day starting on the 18th of April through almost the end of October. They attached this schedule for us. Never had an issue with them. Just
How many
here's the dates.
seasons? What is that for season?
We only charged them in the past for one season because they have such
Oh, so
various
it's
things.
all
So
over the
it's
place.
$600, yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's what we've done in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing I need to remind them about every year is just to get us an updated copy of their insurance policy because of the high risk of riding on horses out there.
Right.
It's a pretty interesting show, but they move on those things.
Yeah.
I bring my dog down and I was watching him.
Yeah.
Then it just stands there and stares at him.
Wishes he could be a horse.
I think so. I think he wants a race.
Why can't I do that?
Smelling the horse poop.
Oh.
Motion to approve Rough Riders, $600.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. That was that, right?
Yep.
Schedule, that's that. All right, Youth Sports Summit.
Just to follow up, your last meeting, Chris, you mentioned about getting the leagues together and having
Oh, yeah.
a sit down and summit. That's what we called it, I think.
Yeah.
And I reached out to all the town leagues. The only one I did not hear back from was boys lacrosse, and we haven't heard from them about a field permit, so I'm not really sure.
Who's running boys lacrosse?
McCauley's,
Anthony?
Anthony McCauley's running that.
All right.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, and I know he's got football going on.
Football, baseball, he's running
Food.
businesses at home.
Yeah, so I have not heard from him, but everybody else is all on board and love the idea.
All right.
So it's really just what works for you guys, and I can get back to them some dates. Is there a better night of the week for you guys? Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever.
Would it be more convenient to have it after this meeting? 6:30 after the next meeting?
Yeah, we can do that, if that works for you guys. All in one stay and pack them in.
Yeah.
That works for me. So we'll set it for April 6th. Correct on that one?
They have big boards, so it's not like if the president can't be here, we
Yeah.
can send somebody
A
else.
representative.
A rep.
They're all for it because, as I said to them, it's a chance for us all to work together and how we can figure out if the field has to get shut down, how we can move things around. February 6th, April 6th, February 6th. Say that right, Sam, April 6th?
April 6th?
Sounds good.
So we're saying, so it'll probably be 7?
6:30?
6:30?
6:30, if we're running a few minutes
Yeah.
late, we can hang out with women afterwards and
Sure.
go from there.
Maybe they want to come in and watch our meeting?
Yeah, join the party. The leagues I spoke to were boys, girls lacrosse, football, we run basketball, baseball, football, and even flag football is interesting to come by. So sounds good to me.
Me.
All right. Mr. Shaw, do you have a commissioner's report?
Pass the empty chair first.
Josh? No?
No? You all set?
Okay.
Okay. We want to talk about,
All right. Moving on to Mr. Shaw.
I really don't have much other than, who plows? Who plows out parking lot?
They have a new plow driver.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. And no one,
I know they'll fix it.
They will fix it, but it was rough.
I mean, the stakes are 6 feet tall. A mess. Holy mackerel.
Yeah, they got a new guy with.
And I ended up shoveling the steps in.
Oh, the day you,
Yeah, the ramp.
I've done it a few times, even Sammy beat me in one morning for daycare, she did it one day.
They can't get out of their truck to do that?
Usually during, they get all the roads and
We've
come back
always
and do
done
all
it
that.
now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've always done it when I come down it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to always shovel that whole walkway and the stuff.
Is there a reason why you didn't shovel it that particular day? Because, sir, you arrived before I did to sign it.
No, I would have shoveled. No, Josh did, if anything.
There were footprint, oh, you know what, it could have been a cleaner.
Cleaner, yeah.
Good,
I was gonna say,
yeah,
'cause
yeah, good.
if I come to sign it.
I'm sorry, I apologize
Yeah, you
if I accused you of not doing your due diligence. Look at, we match.
I know, I'm wearing my black and white shirt.
Wearing pants. Anything?
Just anything on the dog park? Have we heard any movement or?
That was in my report, I was gonna,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, we'll get to it right, we'll talk about that right
Yeah.
now. After the last meeting, we talked about, setting up that meeting.
Yeah.
And where we're gonna do it. I have reached out to Derek. I have not gotten a date from him because right now, as you know, with the schools talking about, he's
He's
swamped
got
right
other
now.
things.
He's other things,
Well,
but
Right.
we do, as you said in the last meeting, we do need to set this meeting. We do need to get it, going over with and clear up these false narratives. If we can't get into school, my recommendation would be, we do a meeting out at the gazebo. I'll get us a projector screen. I'll get the report. The report's all set to go. We'll invite people down. We'll set up chairs, and we'll do the presentation right there. For properly social distance, that might be our best play. Yeah. We'll get probably in early to mid-May is probably the best time to do that.
April showers bring May flowers, so it's not gonna rain in May. It only rains in April.
God help us all.
I think ultimately we need to get into that auditorium because you can't predict the weather. I mean, neither weatherman can predict it.
Greatest job in the world.
Yeah.
The
The reason why they have indoor graduations in Bridgewater, Raynham, because there
Very
was
true.
no report of any storms coming on that day.
I mean, I didn't know much about this wind that we got last night.
Oh, that was pretty
crap.
good.
Yeah, we lost the parking rec sign this afternoon.
What?
Yeah, the wind just sent that thing
This one?
right across the street. Yeah, it's in the back of the pickup truck right now.
Oh, my heck.
That thing was old, it was wearing down, so we're gonna try to fix it, if not, we're replacing that sign.
Hold on. You can't say that was old because I was on the commission when we replaced it, when it was old.
It was very, I'm just saying, very flimsy, that going back and forth, it was.
Yeah.
And
So the wood rotted out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Sammy?
Yeah, it's scary putting letters on that thing.
Okay.
So that's something we're gonna try to fix it on Thursday, and if not, we'll be looking to replace it.
Maybe when Andrea was putting the letters in, she was a little too aggressive.
It's awful doing that when it's frozen, your hand, it just kills your hands.
Yeah.
Well,
We used to take, she'd leave the box of letters out, you know how,
Oh, yeah.
we'd take the letters and we'd leave signs everywhere.
Yeah. Over the window behind your desk.
Yeah.
You used to mess with lids.
Yeah, we used to really screw with her.
Sammy, do you have anything?
Sandwich.
Any reports for staff?
Take all her candy.
We're just redesigning right now, basically, because we found all of our grades of awards, so we're gonna clean them up.
Oh.
Finally, they've just been sitting in grades, so we figured put them on the walls.
Yeah, cover up that beautiful decor that we had in there.
Sammy's on a mission. She took the old commissioner sign, she got all the names engraved in, your names are now officially engraved in,
What?
a little sticky on there.
The year I started?
The year you started, and
I don't even remember what year that
I hope it's
2007.
right.
was. 2007?
Yep. 2012.
I was gonna say, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't on enough boards.
You were an easy rope too.
Yeah. Oh,
Looks like-
my
looks
kid-
like
I
a lot
told him,
better.
I told him once a year we go out and have a Christmas dinner. He's like, okay.
Yeah, you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell him
You
we
didn't
had to
tell
pay.
him we paid. And I just want to also say, Sammy, excellent job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, Tim, what do you got?
All right, just a few things that we can get ourselves out of here tonight. As we've discussed, the state is looking into sending all the kids back. You know, they're supposed to be voting on it next week. So I have been meeting with Sarah and the site supervisors to make sure that we are ready, because we're going to be basically taking both cohorts, merging them back together, and also adding a day on the schedule. So we're looking at, do we need to hire a few more people? You know, what we need to get done. I have been in communication with both principals at the schools, so we are going to be ready. We just, like them, we just hope we get enough notice as possible. We're just not told today and then tomorrow we're full. So we are trying to be proactive instead of reactive on this one. A couple of weeks ago, Heather and I toured South School with Bob Iafredi. You know, finally got in there to see what needs to be done. The site is perfect for us, for running activities, except for one thing that, you know, talking about that is a problem. It's not ADA compliant, the floor that we have. So I have reached out, I have spoken to the town, well, what's it gonna cost for us to get handicap access in there, because there's no elevator to the second floor, so there's also the bathroom issue. So it's something that we have to look at before we fully commit.
Yeah, there's no way you can, like, you have to.
Anytime you make an improvement,
Yes. So
you
it's
bring it
just-
up to compliance.
So that's the big issue right now. I mean, second floor, Raynham Channel's up there. You know, we do have access up there, and the bathrooms up there, but they have that, we have the water floor, so.
I wonder if you could do one of those stair lifts like we have.
Stair
at
chairs.
Well, yeah, the platform.
Yeah, stair chair,
Yeah.
between 10 and 15,000, probably, 10 and 20 for that distance.
That would work, and let's figure, even if we just did some type of, like a co-ed bathroom down there, you know, just, and that would be,
Yeah, what
Yeah, in the downstairs,
yeah, for
right?
the downstairs, something that we can do, we just need some type of bathroom down there.
How about access though?
That's the other problem.
Yeah.
You know, but to your point, you know, the way, if you picture like the entrance in there, if we could do something, even just to the side, that chair lift to bring us down and in, so we could figure a way to cut into the ground that way.
But they could go up the ramp to the upstairs and put a stair chair on the back stairwell.
Yeah, to get downstairs and
Get
then.
Oh.
that-
That's a possibility. I can
Yeah, so you have to
So then you have
enter
access to
from
the
the
bathroom,
ramp,
and you
So
have
you
access to the
enter from up top
outside.
and then,
take the stair chair down if you needed to go downstairs.
yeah, and then they could have to use the bathroom to get right back up. There you go, that's
And I
a good
think,
thought.
I think the emergency exit is in that back stairwell.
Yes.
So you'll have 2 exits.
Yeah. So, yeah, talking about that. Okay. Let's see, what's next here? The other thing is, along with highway, we're ordering several decorative barrels, you know, so stands with covered domes in them, because you can't find the domes themselves. The size that we have all over town, they don't make that size dome anymore. It's been a real pain, so we are ordering them, putting some at Board and Colony, some down the schools, some at Johnson's Pond, because we found domes floating at Johnson's Pond recently. So we're gonna get that fixed up, so it trashes them everywhere, especially.
I was lost. You're talking about trash containers.
Yeah, but they call them decorative barrels because they have like the nice hard steel on the outside
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
pins on the inside.
Yeah.
And especially if we end up here this summer, it's good to have more trash barrels lying around
Yeah.
to help us out. I also received the preliminary draft of the town warrant. Everything for daycare and boarding colonies on there. It appears this time, due to COVID and the financial effects, the fence for Griffith's gonna have to hold off again. Not a big surprise, but if any changes, I'll keep you guys informed. I already mentioned about dog park.
Where does the money come from for that repair? Does it come out of the board and colony?
No, that one would come from capital planning, because it's way more than we have in Board and Colony to replace the fence.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
All right.
yeah. It was, I got 3 or 4 quotes, and the cheapest one was around 31.
Yeah.
So, which I kind of figured, you know, that would be somewhere around there.
Okay.
So,
Oh, you know what? I was thinking about a different account.
yeah.
All right. I got you.
I know what account you were talking about, yeah.
Okay.
We already spoke about the dog park. Again, we need the auditorium, but that is the fallback if we have to go in that direction.
Mhm.
Inside will make life a lot better, especially with the electronics that we're going to
Yeah.
get for that. Also, as I mentioned, we're still in a wait and see for summer. I am starting to get several calls about what we're doing. Not a surprise, because families are going back to work more. We're either going to end up here, or we're going to end up at Liberty. If they let us at Liberty, it's going to make life a lot easier, and we can go with our normal day. If we come here, I'm looking at 2, 3 o'clock at the latest, because I can't keep the kids out in the sun all day. You know, heat stroke,
Right.
heat exhaustion. So we are doing something. And I set a deadline of April 1st to make my final decision. So it is coming. I mentioned the Park and Rec sign. Also, just to make you guys aware, I was asked to attend next week's selectmen's meeting to give out my annual report to them. So I will be on the Zoom meeting next week again.
Zoom?
Yeah, they're still doing Zoom for everybody except for the selectmen in-house.
The selectmen are in-house and they Zoom with anybody else who wants
Yes.
to be there, so you just join the meeting.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
And finally, next week, the MRPA conference is also being held remotely. So in the next few weeks, Heather and I will be taking various courses for the year. And that's all I have today.
Okay. Well,
I don't think so. Is there any leftovers?
yeah, you wanna go back?
My wife's giving me hot dogs again.
No.
She's trying to make me fat.
This was,
She succeeded.
roast beef,
Potatoes, carrots.
red bliss, mashed potatoes, and, green bean casserole.
I love
And,
green
and,
beans.
biscuits.
Yeah, I can't have biscuits with that.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
6:30.
Say what?